Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings from Nairobi, Kenya, where we are having a panel discussion at the sidelines of the special session of United Nations Environmental Assembly. And today we are going to discuss a digital art for climate initiative and as example of sustainable solutions for the creative economy. Today we are happy to be joined by the range of our partners and also young people coming from um, joining us from different parts of the world. Today with us is Miroslav Polzer, who is the founder and CEO of GloCha, Global Champions, and the curator and coordinator of the Digital Art for Climate initiative. There's also Irina Karagiaur, who is head of metaverse growth at Unique Network, one of the partners, essential partners of the initiative. Then we also have Lisa Russell, who is an Emmy Award-winning filmmaker and the head and founder of Create 2030 initiative. Then from the side of UN Habitat, we have Douglas Dragon, who is the lead specialist, children and youth at UN Habitat. Then also we are joining um, the conversation will be joined by representative of Matare Youth, one of the informal settlements of Nairobi. Who is here we see Isaac Mwasa waving at us now, who is the program coordinator at Matare Environmental Conservation Youth Group, one-stop youth center in Matare. Then we also have Gary Lumumba, who is our amazing artist from Matare Root and also curator of the programs, art-related programs in Matare Roots. Then we also have me. I'm going to moderate the session. I'm a program officer from UN Habitat, working with the youth team. And yes, let's get started. So just for those who haven't joined our first session, day before yesterday, we were talking about the Digital Art for Climate initiative as a multi-stakeholder partnership initiative, which uses blockchain technology to turn art into digital assets or non-fungible tokens, which can be collected and traded, unlocking the incredible potential for resource mobilization and climate empowerment. So just maybe a couple of introductory words. I would really want to hear from you, Doug, just talking about the initiative and maybe also the place that international community and UN Habitat can play in it. Thank you.
Thanks so much. And again, repeating what you said, we're so excited to and honored to be here with all these amazing people from around the world that are helping us use digital art as a way to fight climate change, engage the world. And I think more specifically in the context of what we're looking at here, working in the World Environmental Situation Room, is doing this in an equitable manner. So assuring that everybody, as the SDGs say, leave no one behind, and leave no space behind. So we're really looking forward to assuring that happens. And this has been an amazing journey that Miro started many years ago, as well as and then Irina came on and has been helping with the digital art side. Lisa and Mathari and coming on to both curate, produce, create some of the amazing digital art, which then culminated, of course, at COP26, where the Mathari One-Stop Center and Graffiti Girls were able to won a special award during that time. I think also we're looking forward. This is the last of the series in the World Environmental Situation Room, and a big shout out to UNEP and Alex Caldas for that support. We're also looking forward to South by Southwest. I don't know if anyone knows of this conference, but it's one of the preeminent conferences on digital technologies and entertainment and such that's held in Austin, Texas. That's in the middle of the month. So really excited that that's going to be moving forward, and we're going to be going to be looking forward and doing promotions. I'll be involved there. Miro and Arena and such will be involved in presenting there. So I think that kind of sets the table. I don't want to speak much longer. I think we have up next is a video by Lisa Russell. She's our Create 2030 partner. It's a rough cut, just to be clear. We're still moving. This is all what we're preparing for South by Southwest. So we wanted to give everyone here kind of a sneak peek of what we're doing and what we're presenting and how it's going. So Olga, are you able to put the video up?
Yes, just give me a second.
It's a very exciting day for us all in Glasgow. Artists from all over the world have contributed to the Digital Art for Climate initiative.
We have created this competition to really bring the social energy from the creative community towards the UNFCCC process.
Joining this competition was not only a chance to represent my country, but also to champion our call for climate action.
Yeah.
Young mothers are also involved in the art competition, which was in COP26, and they won a special award.
Kwa juu hapo at least kuna opportunity mingi. Tulianza na ball ikaenda ikapea watu moral, wakaona wanaweza fanya kitu kingine, wakaingia graffiti bala kukaga hivyo idol.
We have also set up a special recognition award for the team spirit submission from Graffiti Girls from Kenya. They have been mentored by UN Habitat Youth Program, our key UN partner, and the idea there was that there's great artists in the slums of the world, in disadvantaged places, who have no access to the global resources, global collectors or whatever. But with this new platform that we are creating and with NFTs, we can create this connection.
Well, Africa's youth are so important just by the fact of the demographics. I mean, we're looking at many of the cities in Africa being 7% of the cities being under the age of 30. So it is critical to engage this demographic.
Creative industry can also support entrepreneurship, stimulate innovation and empower people, particularly young people and women, and at the same time preserve and promote cultural diversity and heritage.
Ulifilaje sasa venye mkaambiwa mmeshinda special award?
Ilikuwa surprising sana, tulikuwa tuna expect tukiwa hiyo, lakini tulifurahia sana bado. Tulifeel poa sana by the way sana, na tunashukuru wale watu walitusupport na wale walitulike na wakacomment, tunashukuru sana. Hii ni kitu inatuonyesha tuko sawa, tunaweza fanya anything, tuko ready, yani tuko poa, tunatoka mbali.
So congratulations, have a nice party.
Asante.
Yes. Here is the initiative in a nutshell, and thank you very much, Lisa, for putting this together. So why don't you actually elaborate a little bit more on your work on sustainable solutions for the creative economy? I know that you're a biggest proponent of that. Please, could you tell us a little bit more on that?
Sure. So thank you for having me, and greetings from Nairobi. So I have been working as a filmmaker, an actual, practicing creative professional, as a contracted vendor for the United Nations for the past almost 18 years. And during the course of my career, I've also engaged other artists, whether they're musicians or poets or dancers or whatnot, because I realized that the cross-pollination of different art forms actually amplifies sort of the cultural appreciation of the places that we're highlighting. And it's just been a really interesting way to engage artists in both global health and development issues, and now in the sustainable development movement. And what I want to say is that when people think about artists and the UN and NGO community, they often think of artists as sort of entertainers or advocates or ambassadors, that we can stand up and move people with our films, with our music, with our words. And that is, I think, part of what we bring value to. The other part is that we're incredible problem solvers and creative thinkers. And I think that the conversation that at least Create 2030 is trying to have is, how can we not just be these entertainers for sustainable development, but also practitioners? And what does that actually look like? So for me, for example, I work as a one-person crew. I use cameras, tripods, microphones, laptops. I generate an incredible amount of e-waste. Plus, because I work for the UN, I oftentimes jump on flights and I fly to different parts of the world to do my work. So my carbon footprint is actually quite heavy. But I don't have solutions to, purchase equipment from a more environmental friendly brand, for example. Some of the artists we work with use renewable energy. So instead of powering concerts with, electricity, they do it off the grid and use renewable energy. There are graffiti artists, for example, who use paint that is a smog eating type of paint that takes smog from the air and crumbles it into sort of biodegradable materials. So when we talk about sustainable solutions for the creative economy, there's just a whole bunch of areas that we can provide value for. And so what I appreciate about the Digital Art for Climate movement is that the NFT space is growing, and a lot of artists are extremely excited about it, including myself. But the reality is that the industry or the movement hasn't quite provided the tools for us to do it in the most sustainable manner possible. So everything is on Ethereum, which we know is really bad for the environment. And then with Digital Art for Climate and their partners, they're creating an alternative for us to be able to produce NFTs, produce NFT collections in a much more environmentally friendly manner. So I think that's all I want to say, just kind of give a big picture of what, sustainable solutions for creative economy can look like. Doug and I have talked about the idea of building like an NFT creator studio. And wouldn't it be cool if it was powered by renewable energy? Wouldn't it be cool if we used all the sort of equipment and resources and tools that are more environmentally friendly than we kind of default to? And that's been, something that we're talking about. We hope to work with the Mathari artists who are already doing great work. And yeah, I'm excited to see where this is headed and how many more artists can participate, not only in, again, producing content, but in helping the movement grow towards a more sustainable initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lisa. I think that's also one of the most important goals of the Digital Art for Climate initiative, is to give young artists, digital artists, the platform to reach out to as many people as possible with their idea of more sustainable art and solutions towards sustainability that digital artists can provide. So just maybe as one of the part and parcel of the initiative, both is the Digital Art for Climate competition, and which was successfully run last year, and also the winners and special award winners were announced at the COP26 in Glasgow. So just wanted for our viewers to get to know a bit more about this initiative, maybe also to inspire them to take part in it once the next round will be called. So please, Miro, could you elaborate on that and just explain how what is this competition about, how the idea of the competition was brought about, and also what probably just sneak peek into the pool of the artists that applied, what was their profile, and just what was very interesting to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olga. It's such a pleasure being on this call on these days when the UN Environmental Assembly is taking place at UN Office Nairobi, and to be also connected with artists from the Matare One Stop Center, Kaka and Gary. It's really wonderful to have this opportunity to collaborate in this context of digital technology, culture, and global challenges. And perhaps as a brief introduction, so the problems that we are facing now with climate change and also with sustainable development, inequality, wars, and now our belief is that a better world is possible, and that this better world will not be brought to us by some distant ministries or even international organizations, but that we really need to engage everyone. And as Lisa has said, artists, creative community, they are problem solvers. They can help society to envision a better world, a more just world. And for very often there's a disconnect between those who have these bright minds and creative minds and this global community, and people don't hear the message or the solutions or don't see this artwork. And with our initiative, Digital Art for Climate, with digital technology, we are creating a communication channel so that artists all over the world can contribute to the global stage their views and solutions. So that's one part of the why we have started our initiative. With, as Doug has said, we are working in this field of all of society engagement and sustainable development action and climate action since 2007, and one of our greatest flagship initiatives has been a music contest where we have asked young people to produce music video clips about their vision of a sustainable world already back in 2012. And we've seen this resonates with people, and but it was not income generating, and so this was not really the best model, because if we ask artists to contribute and we don't give anything back, that's not the way it should be. And now we have this new technology, blockchain technology, NFTs, non-fungible tokens. We can create from such a artwork a digital asset which can be traded, unique ownership certificates can be created, and somehow this resonates with people. People with money, they are ready to give money for this kind of certificates. And for us, for me, it was very inspiring to see in March last year, the Open Earth Foundation has made a carbon drop a sale of 7 NFTs, and they have raised $6.6 million for selling artwork, digital artwork, and turning it into these NFTs and using the money for climate action, accounting, tracking, and reporting solutions. And so I thought, if they can do 6.6 million with a US focused initiative, so the artists were almost all from the US, and they were using a polluting blockchain solution. Really, Ethereum is a big environmental problem, was a Bitcoin. It's using too much energy. But there are now better solutions, and Irina will talk about this more, which use 10,000 or 100,000 times less energy per transaction than the other systems. So as we thought, we can do this better, and we can create a really global platform and a marketplace where we will engage artists and provide income opportunities on the one hand for the artists, but also financial resources for young people who take climate action, and to take revenues and use them to build the infrastructure, the institutional, technological, and intellectual infrastructure, so that all people all around the world will be able to take meaningful and rewarding action. And we have invited UN Habitat with its huge network with young people in the cities and settlements to participate, so that we have really this inspiration and resource mobilization through art and digital technology. So regarding the competition, we've made a call to artists, and we have a wonderful partner also. It's Exquisite Workers. It's a network, I think 500 artists already. And Anna Dart is our creative director. She really helped to bring the message, our invitation to the artists all around the world. And we have received 208 submissions from 57 countries. And we have, in a curation process, we have then brought it down to a collection of finalists, of 30 finalists. That's our COP26 collection in the context of the UN Climate Conference, COP26 in Glasgow. And then there was a public voting, and the winners of the public voting, the overall winner, Briggs from Philippines, he has received from us 1,500 euros. Award money, and three second award winners, and a special award, special recognition award for the Matare girls, graffiti girls. And because it's really such inspiring artwork, and it was a pleasure to give visibility and recognition to them. We have a digital gallery, and now this artwork is being turned by Unique Network into NFTs, which we are going to sell in the coming weeks and months. And then in June, we have the next competition launch in the context of the COP27. And the next conference of parties of the UN climate change process is going to be presided over by Egypt. So a strong African dimension here. And we will also try to reach out, especially to artists from the African continent, and very much looking forward to continue collaboration with UN Habitat. And now, as we have also the connection to Lisa, also tapping into this huge network of creatives that work on SDGs, Agenda 2030, to build a movement. And our slogan is, a better world is possible, we are unstoppable, and you will hear more of us in the coming weeks and months. Thanks for the cooperation.
Thank you very much, Miro. Truly inspiring, and but to me, as probably not a specialist, difficult to comprehend now. But I do see lots of potential. But maybe we just need to give a floor to Irina to explain us a little bit more how it all works. What is the how actually creators can benefit from, what is the value of the NFTs to creators, how they can benefit from it, how they can join the initiative, and also just a question from maybe just kind of elaborate on what has been already said. What are the next steps? Miro already mentioned some of them. What are the next steps for the initiative? What are the ambitions on that? Thank you. Could you, just.
Thank you, Olga. It's a great pleasure to be here today. So from the side of Unique Network, to give a little bit more background, Unique Network is the NFT parachain built for Kusama and Polkadot. Polkadot is a blockchain that we can compare to Ethereum. It's an infrastructure. However, it is proof of stake. So it is sustainable, minimal energy consuming blockchain. And the recent report by Crypto Research Institute has shown to us that Polkadot is actually consumes the least electricity among other proof of stake blockchains. Another benefit of using blockchain for climate action and for resource mobilization, as well as in line with bringing artists and creative community into the space, is that it is, to me, really a new way of engaging, a new way of building community, and new way of communication and exchanging value. Hence, this really proven to be a success story for many causes, because visual art, digital art, is something that we actually use and see quite a lot on a daily basis. But previously, as we did not have a way to own it, to prove the ownership of this digital art, it was sort of a neglected industry. So physical paintings were selling for millions of dollars in auctions houses like Sotheby's and Christie's, and digital artists were trying to make ends meet. Same applies to the music industry, where platforms like centralized platforms that give us access to music files, they're the ones who own the rights, who own the music, and they're the ones who are collecting all the profits. So nowadays, things are shifting towards decentralization, and really the power, economic power, is shifting in the hands of the artists, because peer-to-peer transactions that are enabled on the blockchain allow every artist to have his own wallet and accept cryptocurrency and raise capital and run auctions on his own. For example, what we have seen at the beginning of the rise of NFTs, we've seen lots of collectibles. We've seen communities being built, and I must acknowledge that this space is fairly new, and even the artists have not discovered it fully yet. And the tools on the blockchain still need a lot of improvement in terms of user interface, engagement, and experience. So at Unique Network, we have come up with the tools that help artists to build their own blockchain marketplaces. Because if you look at large marketplaces such as OpenSea, firstly, they're built on Ethereum or layer 2 blockchains, which are not ideal for environment and very energy consuming. And secondly, they've become overcrowded. So for an individual artist, for an artist who is just starting his career, it is extremely difficult to stand out and to actually sell his artwork on such large marketplaces. So our idea is to give creators access to minting solutions, or to be able to build a marketplace on their own, at least the version that can be quickly assembled and put out on the market and shown to their collectors or to their audience. With DigitalArt4Climate, we took it one step forward. So we are introducing auctions for the first time. Our network, our blockchain went live back in December 2021. So we also are very new as a live parachain, but we had our testnet and our first NFT collections minted since August 2020. And we have gathered the community of over 60,000 people who are DOT and KSM, as well as Quartz and Unique token holders, as the token is sort of central tool for the community together, because token holders can then create governance around the project, have the right to vote on the decisions of the community, and really enable decentralization of every platform. So with DigitalArt4Climate, we have run this amazing competition. We really saw entries from all over the world. We've seen artists entering who just began their career as an artist, who wanted to have a say in the environment and support climate action, and they succeeded. So for me, this was really an amazing proof how community can get together, how we can all work together for a cause and succeed, and show the world that it's possible, that actually there is a lot of need to be able to associate it as an artist, as a creative person, to social good, and people want to contribute to global action, to sustainable development goal. And this is something that truly unites tech community, creative community, and communities on the ground, like UN Habitat, young people, especially because they are the ones who are very quickly learning about this technology and applying it in real life. So with going back to our marketplace, the test version is now being created. So we're testing last things with auctions, and we're hoping to launch it at the end of March to showcase the platform and to actually mint our winning NFT collection for COP26, to then be able to auction it off later in the year before June 2022. Things in blockchain are never fast, and we are still in the process of teaching everybody how to create a crypto wallet. There are still several obstacles that we need to overcome in order to reach true mass adoption, but things are moving really quickly as we're working with technologies that are open source. There's a lot of innovation happening, and this industry is growing really fast. So it attracts talent. It attracts necessary talent also from the visual perspective. And there are many teams that are building new wallet solutions, new user interface solutions, and who make a lot of effort in content creation and education, because education is really central to what we do, because the technology itself is easy from your perspective of execution, because you create an artwork, you make it digital, or you create it digitally natively, you create a token out of it, you mint it, so to speak, this non-fungible token, you put it out on a marketplace, sell it, you get your cryptocurrency as a reward. Sounds easy. In reality, is a little bit more complex than that. So one of our goals also for the upcoming events and for the upcoming initiatives in the framework of DigitalArt4Climate is to educate people, is to give them the opportunity to learn about crypto space, token economy, and how to use these tokens, how to mint them, and to attract more creators to DigitalArt4Climate platform, because this is really just the beginning for this initiative. We had over 200 entries for the first art competition. I'm really hoping to see many more and different formats, also music industry or filmmaking industry entering the space, individual artists who are just starting, young artists who don't have the platform to showcase their art and who really care about environment and sustainability. And there are many, and this competition has really shown us that there are many people in this world who do want to contribute to climate action and SDGs. So in terms of program, we're going to take part in WOW Summit in Dubai on March 13 to 15. We are also Doug from UN Habitat is going to be on the ground in Austin during South by Southwest conference, Decarbonizing Blockchain, on March 16. At the end of March, we will also take part in Dubai MENA Climate Week, where we will showcase all the winners of the work, and we will run several educational workshops on NFTs and digital art and climate action. On the 22nd of April, we have AC Earth Day webinar. Then we have activities in May in the framework of digital innovation for youth climate action empowerment. Between the 30th May and 5th June, we'll have GloCha Mania, the main event for us for this year, to finalize the COP26 collection and to move towards the sales process and raise funds to financially contribute to the climate action cause, as well as to have a festival and to gather young people, young creative community in order to, create something together, share ideas, maybe create an NFT in the process of idea generation for this event, and also to auction off the winning works and COP26 collection. After that, we will start the preparation for COP27 because, as I said, this is an ongoing initiative. There is always time for everybody to join, and everybody is welcome from all over the globe from any profession, creative field. The NFT space is new and flexible. It's very welcoming. We have not explored many formats. The digital art is just beginning, so we were able to sort of tokenize what was already in the space in the form of digital art, but we have not seen enough innovation, in my opinion, because this is so new and artists are just discovering how to use this technology, how to use digital space, new ways of communication and communities in order to support their art. So it's very open. You're welcome to reach out to DigitalArt4Climate team, submit your proposals, and we will be looking at other collections that will go to DigitalArt4Climate marketplace to be either auction off or we will organize NFT drops. So it's a call, it's an open call for all creators out there to take action, to join DigitalArt4Climate's initiative and share your ideas. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Irina, for this elaborate explanation of how it all works and how the artists can actually benefit from that. And I like this idea that although it's still emerging, the conversation is open for everyone to join in and speak from voice their own kind of opinion on that, and also maybe concerns. So speaking of also concerns, just as you were presenting, we got an initial reaction from Mariana, who's saying that digital arts are great. We can witness how they promote peace and justice during tough times. But first thing they need to think about is how to increase connectivity and technology access for young people. Like, to me, it's also the idea of joining the conversation. So maybe some of you could jump in and just reply to this reaction, or maybe even Doug could reply, because I know that we touched upon this topic at our first session.
Yeah, if I briefly may jump in, it's really a very important topic, really this connectivity. And it's in general, from a logical systemic perspective, is if we want to be a global community, we need to be connected. We need to have a communication channel where it's possible for people to learn about global goals and then also to document what they are doing and getting rewarded for this. And so it's a part of our plan that we will use 50% of the revenues from our shares is, as I said, to build the institutional and technological infrastructure for all of society, climate action, empowerment. And one of the elements that we want to build is youth centers, global challenges, youth centers all around the world. Our slogan is GloCha Center, Global Challenges Center, in every city and every local community, where people get access to the internet and also the access to knowledge and funding, entrepreneurship, capacity building. And we have technologies for satellite-based internet access, and we have had already worked on pilot initiatives in Chad, in the Lake Chad Basin region. And even if we don't use satellite-based and just provide the funding for conventional access to the internet, that's really a key systemic precondition. And also computer equipment, simple computer equipment that the artists can really upload, digitize the artwork, upload it to these our platforms. That's systemic necessities, and we as global community have to provide this funding and UN system in general is really lacking funding in general. But now with this resource mobilization power of Digital Art for Climate, we think we can, the UN Habitat Youth Network has the connections, the partnerships, the World Environment Situation Room networks as well. And we will bring the funding to build a locally capacity for people to connect and to have the computer infrastructure. That's the plan.
If I may also,
and Olga, can I just say a few words? Oh,
yeah, go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
And then I definitely would love to hear from Kaka and Gary, because they're the
Please.
ones living this reality. You know, I'm sure, knowing what I know about them, that if they had better access to Wi-Fi, if they had equipment, that they would be churning out a lot more material. But what I would say as well is that, you know, I consider myself fairly you know, good with technology. I've done coding. I know how to use Unity. I know how to get on Discord. I know all this tech stuff. And I feel that the learning curve is so big right now that for me, my sustainable solution for this particular problem is I would love to see artist residencies between people who do work in the digital space, artists who are already working and comfortable in the digital space, to partner with artists who are learning, so that we don't have to wait 2 years, 3 years for them to catch up, to learn all the technology that's necessary to really engage in this community in the way that it is right now. I do believe the tools are going to get easier. There's going to be, the industry is going to rapidly put out, you know, a lot more user-friendly access to all of what's going on right now. But in the meantime, how great would it be to align somebody who is already working in the digital space with somebody who's working you know, off the grid, so to speak, and partner them in order to create, you know, maybe collections together, maybe artwork together, which is what Doug and I are working on right now, and helping to align artists from these different spaces in Nairobi. So I just wanted to quickly share with that. I'm surprised at how much I've had to learn, and I'm actually very fluid in the digital space. And to think of some of the artists I work with in Mombasa, for them to catch up to where I am now is just a huge learning curve. It's huge. So this is just an idea that I wanted to put out, that, you know, I'm launching my own NFT collection, and I would love to use some of the funding to fund these artist residencies, to fund these NFT creator studios, and to just elevate the artist by not, again, expecting them to play catch up, because it's a lot. It's just practically just a lot. So I just wanted to say that. And then I hope Gary and Kaka have, you know, can school us on the realities of this, because this is their, you know, their reality.
Yeah, if I may, just a very quick comment. I very much agree with what you're, Lisa, saying. The learning curve is really, really huge. And for this reason, we have Discord community of Unique Network. We are constantly partnering with different initiatives. We recently partnered with Dream Conduit DAO. They have free lessons and workshops for creators. They also have one-on-one coaching sessions with career coaches. They have clubhouse rooms. So anybody who's interested, please do check out unique.network blog about the partnership. And there is a list of initiative for the week. Every week, almost every day of the week, there are workshops. They're absolutely free to access. And on Unique Networks Discord, which you can also find on our website, we have NFT art and NFT for good groups that were launched by our ambassadors. It's a community initiative. We have several ambassadors who are artists, and they have their galleries, physical galleries. They also do lectures, and they have experience with NFTs. So we really encourage this communication. And our design-a-thon for Digital Art for Climate also took place on Discord. We constantly open different channels, communication channels. We have ambassador programs. So this is a great platform for artists, coders, developers, and business people to connect and to organize themselves and launch an initiative using our technology. There is also a way to ask for free minting and we will support with the tools, and the community will support with the knowledge and career development for artists.
Okay, sounds really optimistic. I think that partnership is the key to tackle most of the sustainable development issues, in all of them, also including the internet connectivity. So just in case you're interested, the link on Unique Network blog is in the chat, so you can check it out. And maybe, yes, let's actually, I was thinking about asking the question first to Isaac and Gary, but maybe they could also first provide their reaction to the point raised about the internet connectivity and art. How is that connected? How is that related? Like, what would be the link, and what is the benefit for the what would be the benefit for the community once the increased connectivity is achieved?
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I would start by saying that, first of all, the experience that we've had actually here in Matare with like technology and like how we can send the message out there to the people. So, as Lisa has said, like we are lacking some of the equipments, but we try, and that's why you see that we go to murals, and also we try to get into the music and make sure that the message is sent. And I think as a community and as the young people, we are very much willing to be engaged and also to participate in those events where like we are sharing our experience. Like, for example, the mural that you did about climate change. It was something that even the community was not aware of, and like the message that we sent through that mural was that there's a challenge in climate change, and people need to start talking about it. People need to start like engaging and also sharing their views on how they would like to see things happening and how they would like to see the change. So um, I believe also engaging uh, the, the, the young people, especially the women, like we engaged the young mothers who like did a very good job in the art, like during the workshop. And I think if they can be engaged more and more, like the message can be sent very well out there to the people. Yeah. So maybe Gary can add something.
Yeah. Prior 2016, we didn't have any art here in Madare. Art was largely ignored. It was put on the sideline. But the young guys here, through the challenges that we've been facing, lack of these things like internet and access to educational tools. Even without that, the young guys here still managed to like get the skills on their own, and just we started putting up murals all over our community. And our murals are they're not really targeted towards us making money, although we would love to make money. But it's mostly about the message, because you have a lot of problems in Madare, young guys getting killed because of criminal activities. People are giving up on their dreams, basically. So like, people are willing to learn. We just don't have those avenues. We are a little bit disadvantaged there, but still we keep at it and we do it. And I'm just glad, like, right now, art is in the conversation. Like, we are talking about art right now. Like, this is a major thing to me. And when we engaged the young mothers to draw the graffiti, that was amazing, because these girls have never held a graffiti can before. They never did it before, but we engaged them. We involved them in the workshop. They came through all of them, and we did the painting, and we won a special award, which was really inspiring to not only the girls but also us. So just the fact that we are talking about this right now, this is a major win for artists, not only in Madare but also other informal settlements all over the world. And yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing.
Okay. Um, just wanted to give a quick background. Gary is amazing, gifted rapper. And I was just thinking about the initiative that GloCha was also running back in 2012 on the power of music and in tackling the sustainability issues. So it's really inspiring. I don't know, Gary, if you would be comfortable to share your rap, maybe just the link
Yeah,
in the web
why
chat.
not?
That would be really
Why
cool.
not? Let's turn it into a concert. Why not?
Yes,
Okay,
wonderful.
I'm gonna do a song called "Free Your Thoughts." It was featured in the video Lisa just showed to us. Thank you, Lisa. It's called "Free Your Thoughts." I'm gonna rap it and then I'm gonna explain what it's saying. So, fungua thoughts ukuwe lord wa hizi rhymes. Juu it is up but we are looking for a dime. Wanatuchocha wanatupenda, it is a crime. Utatuongoja kwa your future we madam juu unaweza we believe hiyo ndoto. Mind creates no limit, no msoto. Free your mind, yeah, free your thoughts again. Unaweza we believe hiyo ndoto. Mind creates no limit, no msoto. Free your mind, yeah, free your thoughts. And that song, it's talking about if you use your mind as a tool, you're powerful. Thank you. If you use your mind as a tool, you can escape all these troubles. You can escape crime. You can escape poverty. You can escape all these things. Just free your mind. Use your mind. There's no limit when you use your mind. Thank you.
Bravo.
Bravo, amazing. I just now also realized that it was a great decision that I made to learn Swahili because some of the words I already started to catch, and it is really powerful. Um, Thank you very much. So, just maybe on this note, um, Doug, would be really great to. Unfortunately, we are running out of time now, and just wanted to still kind of have a conclusion from you, Doug, on the role of international community, international organizations, and including UN Habitat in promoting such meaningful partnerships that have great potential to actually help the disadvantaged communities and also uh, reap this potential that is with the talent which is prevalent in artist communities in the informal settlements. Let's say, what would be your just maybe advice, initial thoughts on that?
Well, I don't think I can top Gary's amazing rap, but just to say that I think that's kind of puts it all in perspective. I mean, I think it's all been said. I think that the access to the digital art, the access to the digital economy is all. I think it's all coming together. It's actually can be real, but we really have to be deliberate. We have to know that, as Gary and as Isaac and the other young people I know who are in Mathari are saying, there needs to be kind of a hand up, not a handout. We need to assure that we can give them some of the basics so that they can continue not to produce art, because I know Gary and many of them are the most prolific artists in the world, but actually to have a platform in which there are recognized. And of course, living in the world we are today, to be able to make a living out of it, I think is also critical, which I back to what Lisa was saying. I mean, what can we do? I mean, it was really excited to hear from Miro and Arena about the the different options and support that's out there. So Miro's talking about these creating spaces and centers. I mean, it doesn't take much to be able to, again, support young people to do this. And then there's also a lot, I mean, we work a lot with cities. I'm just finishing emails, linking everyone up again to this. For example, big shout out to Lanzarote in Canary Islands, who's looking to establish a World Environmental Situation Room, and that this could be a key component of that. We're also working with a city in Turkey called Balıkesir, who again can has some amazing technology and amazing ability to draw in young people. And then to Arena, and as well to the larger understanding of what the heck an NFT is, and Ethereum and Polkadot. I mean, I'm slowly picking up on it, but I think it's, you know, the technology, I think, if utilized and tamed, can really advance us. There's these conversations such as this. I mean, one of the pandemic has been a horrible thing, but on the other hand, it's allowed us, unlike any other time, to come together online. And so we can do that here as in kind of what we do, a conference or business setting, but why not do it in an art setting? And that's where I think we can move. So again, big thanks to UNEP and the World Environmental Situation Room. Big thanks to GloCha and Polkadot and all the work that's being done for the digital art for. And then also, just as this is our last session, a big shout out to Olga and Simon and Mary and the team who's been in behind all this, who's been able to pull this off, and in a interesting environment as always. The UN, one might think, is this wonderful enabling place, but it's oftentimes a big challenge just to even get people on site. So I mean, but to be able to find it and figure it out, I mean, just a big shout out to you guys for being able to bring everyone together 3 days in a row, 3 hours plus of amazing, which is on YouTube. Last thing I want to say is South by Southwest, March 16th. We don't have the link yet, but once we do have the link, we definitely want people. South by Southwest is one of the preeminent gatherings of creatives globally. And thanks to Arena, I think we've been able to get a space there. It's got a really techie name called Decarbonizing the Blockchain, but really what it's about is exactly what we're talking. Yes, decarbonizing the blockchain. Thanks. Awesome. So we have the link now. Decarbonizing the blockchain is really what we're talking about here, but it's kind of at that more higher end. It's just about young people. It's about access. It's about artists, and it's going to be an amazing experience. So again, big thanks. Hope to see you all online very soon and face to face, as it seems to be happening more and more as we move along. Back to you, Olga.
Thank you very much. I think it was an incredible session, and altogether we had 3 sessions in a row, kind of finalizing the message on the utilizing all the possible means for sustainable development and empowerment, including economic empowerment also of young people and communities, various communities all across the world. So thank you very, very much. It was just amazing to be, it was a great pleasure to be moderating this event, and I'm really hoping to see you all possibly in person and also continue the conversation. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Stay safe and stay focused. Goodbye.
Bye.